today by his family, head baseball coach Brandon Detlefson, assistant coaches Scott Erickson, Scott Gunzer, Ben Nelson, Riley Dugan, and Jacob Zeiss, as well as head football coach Troy Hubert. This afternoon, Kale will be signing with North Dakota State University. Ranked as the number 19 prospect out of Nebraska and number 1 third baseman by both PBR and Perfect Game Rating Services, Kale was a Nebraska Super State selection in 2021 after guiding his team to the state tournament for the first time in school history. He led state in batting average with an average of .552, in home runs with 8, on-base percentage with .617, slugging percentage .931, and pitching wins 11, while breaking 2 state records. He was the team MVP his freshman and junior year. There was no season in 2020. Kale also played Legion Ball for the state qualifying Central City Fullerton team and the Nebraska Prospects. Kale was an all-state football selection his junior year and is awaiting a possible choice this season. Kale threw for 3,033 yards last year with 37 touchdowns and ran for 494 yards while breaking 4 all-class state records. This past fall, he threw for 2,548 yards with 23 touchdowns, 451 yards on the ground, and recorded 93 tackles as a standout two-way player. Kale was a 3-sport letterman his freshman and sophomore years and is a 4.0 National Honor Society student who earned a 31 on his ACT. Coach's comments. Coach Detlefson said Kale has been a valuable asset in building our Colonel's baseball and summer Legion programs. He began as an 8th grade student manager with us for the first season of the Colonel's program. Ever since then, he dedicated a large amount of his life to becoming a winner, both on and off the field. Kale's work ethic is extraordinary, as he often is the first person to the cage and the last person to leave during off-season workouts. He has, in fact, spent so much time in the cage over the last several years, some of his teammates have nicknamed the indoor cage Kale's House. Kale has an outstanding season as a junior and opened the eyes of several recruiters across the country. Phone calls started pouring in after the district championship and state tournament run. His outstanding stats were mentioned earlier, but what was so impressive to me is he was able to accomplish all of those offensive performances with only 4 strikeouts and 107 plate appearances. On the mound, Kale was a force to be reckoned with, as he had 84 strikeouts and 54 innings pitched, with an unbelievable 0.778 ERA. We are extremely excited for what the future holds for Kale, both in his senior season as a Colonel and with his future as a Bison at North Dakota State. His contributions to our program will always be respected and honored. The NDSU Bison are getting a player who is passionate about the sport and will work his tail off to help the Bison compete for back-to-back D1 Summit League Conference championships. Once a Bison, always a Bison.
You know, it's a really good feeling to know that all my hard work that I've done in the off season and during it in the season and doing hours of work by myself have paid off and everything's worked out. Talking with the coaches, I really got to build a good relationship with all the coaches there. I didn't know much of the players there, but after I had my official visit, I met some of the players and I really got to know them. And when I first visited there on my unofficial visit, it just kind of felt like home, and it felt a lot like here. And that is just it was a big town, but a small town feel on campus, and it just felt really like here, basically.
Thoughts on North Dakota winters?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a little bit like here. I hope it's not like super cold all the time. Hopefully the winters stay a little milder, but yeah.
Unbelievable accomplishment, getting another win and, taking over the record in Class B for wins in a season. So pretty awesome accomplishment. How do you feel about today's game, Kale?
I felt like we played really well, especially on the defensive side. We played a really clean game, and that first inning we played a really good offensive game, getting a couple hits and scoring 3 runs, and that's all we needed for the rest of the game. So I thought we played really well on the defensive side and offensive side.
Awesome. And what has it been like this season for you to have this much success on the mound, especially when a couple years ago you weren't really known for being an ace pitcher, but that's changed within the last year and a half?
Yeah, it's really nice having that defense there to back me up, and it makes it really easy to pitch well. I mean, with all the defensive guys that we have back there, it's not hard to get wins because they are always there to back me up.
Awesome. Well, the Colonels will be back tomorrow at 4. Try to notch another win in their belt, and Kale will be back ready to go.
Thank you.